Hello and welcome to Beyond the Care Plan with Kendall Kares. I'm here today to talk to you guys a little bit about what I do here at HomeWell. I am an operations manager here at HomeWell. I've been here for about 3 years now. My anniversary is coming up here in the next couple of weeks. And I actually started off as a caregiver here 6 years ago. And then eventually I got into sales, and eventually I got onto the care team. And now here I am as an operations manager doing a few different things. And one of those things that I really wanted to do was share our name, share our story a little bit more, a little bit broader with something like this. So I created the Beyond the Care Plan podcast. And again, my name is Kendall Kares, and we will talk a little bit more about this. So first thing I wanted to do is go over a little bit of an article that is on our main social media page. We're going to add a link right here. I'm looking at my director right now to tell him to do that. Right here, put it in my hands. Okay. Thanks. All right. So on our main page is a little about us section, and so I kind of wanted to go over that. So who we are is a caregiving agency. We are a non-medical in-home company that goes anywhere and everywhere in Nashville, Tennessee. We will go all the way up to Clarksville. We'll go all the way down to Murfreesboro, and everything in between just about. I have been in Nashville my entire life, and I have just seen the healthcare industry boom and blossom and get huge over the last few years. I had no clue how huge it was when I first started, and now it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm so excited HomeWell gets to be a part of that, and we get to benefit all these amazing seniors in the area. Who we serve, anybody that is 55 and up, really. I mean, we will work with you if you're 18 and up and just have some maybe mental health issues. Maybe you have some chronic conditions or anything like that. We are not ageist here. We accept any ages as long as you are over 18. Most of the time, our clients are adults. They are fully grown, probably 65 plus is our normal client. And they most of the time have some chronic conditions that they need some day-to-day help with. We work with different types of veterans. We work with Medicaid clients. We work with any and every type of senior you can think of. We are open and willing to helping anybody. Again, my name is Kendall Kares, and we are about to jump into our next we are about to hop into our next segment, which is going to be an interview and a feel-good story. All right, so I brought my little brother here to do a quick little interview so you guys can get to know me. One big thing I wanted to touch on before we start with the interview.
I'm just gonna edit that out.
Before we start with the interview is that the owners of HomeWell Care Services of Middle Tennessee are actually our parents, my dad and my stepmom, Eli and John Collier. They are absolutely amazing. Like I said, they've been doing this for about 7 years now, have a lot of experience, and are raising us up in the company as well. So let's jump straight into the interview, little brother.
All right, so the first question, how long before you started did you know this is what you wanted to do?
Honestly, I never really knew this was what I wanted to do. For a really long time, I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up. I kind of always just had this passion to take care of people, and I thought it just meant that I wanted to be a mom one day. And then my dad opened this company, our dad opened this company my freshman year of college, and COVID hit, and they asked me to start caregiving. And then on one of my first shifts, I realized, hey, I also have like 7 grandparents and have my whole life and have spent a lot of time with them, helping them, taking care of them, and cleaning their houses and doing exactly what a caregiver does just for my grandparents. So I think it was written in the stars for a long time before I ever knew a role like this existed. And 3 years later, it fits like a glove. That's all I can say.
What steps did it take for you to become where you are right now?
That's a good question. So I actually started off as a caregiver, like I said. My dad and stepmom had opened up the company right in the middle of COVID and needed somebody they knew where they had been and that they weren't going to spread COVID around. So I gave up my freedom almost immediately while people were still outside when they shouldn't have been. And I started going to shifts. I started seeing clients, and I did that for about 3.5 years on and off. While I was at college, I would do some other stuff. I would do some marketing, my marketing classes. You got to pick your own topic, your own business, and then build projects off of that. So I did that for HomeWell quite a bit, with my dad and my stepmom as my inspiration. And I'm actually going to call her my bonus mom from here on out, because she is an absolute blessing and I'm lucky to have her in my life. But they started off and I did that for 3 years, fell in love with it, took the phone sometimes overnight to give the care team here a break while I was at college. And then I graduated college and he offered me a sales position. I did that for about 2.5 years, and I decided I wanted to be more involved with the caregivers and clients. So they gave me an opportunity to join the care team. I was the low man on the totem pole for the last year and have just learned so much from my peers on the care team, and it's just been amazing. And now we're all 3 managers and we're all 3 doing some different tasks, but really enjoying it.
All right. Why do you still choose to do this? Like, what keeps it going? What keeps it pushing for you?
Honestly, I'm gonna jump into my feel good story.
Okay.
Right here. So normally on this podcast there will be a feel good section here, and I'm gonna do it, at some different spots in the podcast over time. But the feel good stories are the reason that I do this, Jake, honestly. 3 years, and every time that I do an assessment, I get attached to a whole new family, and I get excited to hear from them day by day, week by week, to hear how good they're doing. And so that's really why I do this. I don't want any of these seniors to struggle and think that they don't have somebody there for them, that they don't have somebody that knows what's going on in this crazy healthcare world, because people that are in it every day still struggle with it. And I don't want them to be alone. I want them to have somebody who has been in it, through it, and knows what to do and where to go, and can assist them in that. So I'm going to jump right into my feel-good story, because this is my big reason this month. And the great news about my company is that I get to have a new one every single week. That makes me love it again. So my reason this week, and probably for the next couple of weeks, is a referral that we recently got from A Place for Mom. Missy called me and asked me to do the assessment same day. I said, yeah, let me see what I can do. I got out there, had the assessment, and I met with the husband and the daughter of this amazing woman, and she had just had shoulder surgery, and she had a couple of other chronic issues as well. They needed a caregiver that was willing to stay there overnight with this client and advocate for her with the nurses and help them rotate and keep her clean, things of that nature. So I dove right in. We did an assessment. I was there probably about 2 hours, really getting all the information in from them, and we signed the contract. They wanted to start in the next 36 hours. I said, absolutely. Again, this was a case where they really needed somebody attentive and very engaged and really attentive, and for an overnight shift. So somebody that's willing to stay up all night and be attentive the whole time. So Anyway, I get to working on it, and I get another call from one of my teammates, Taylor, and she tells me that we have a client who has decided to replace one of his current caregivers with a new caregiver that they had met. They had just clicked a little bit better, and he decided to move forward with her and replace the old one. So I called the caregiver who was being removed from this client for, again, no bad reasons, no ill will, nothing wrong happened. She didn't do anything wrong, just a different change happened. And she was going to be without a shift. She was going to be without care. Well, while I'm on the phone with her, I'm looking at her profile, and I see that her address is right down the road from the hospital where I had just done the assessment, where this lady is needing overnight care, needing somebody attentive. And this caregiver that I'm talking to is an overnight shift caregiver, 10 minutes away. And I was able to tell her that, yeah, she is getting removed from this client that she's had for a long time, and it's gonna be difficult. But hey, I have a brand new one ready to start for you that's going to be with us for a while, and that really needs somebody like you. And I think what really made this settle in for me and really affected me is that I literally 10-15 minutes ago just got off the phone with that family who called raving about this caregiver, raving about the same caregiver who was about to lose her schedule and not have anybody. They have found a new family member. I mean, they were raving about her. They are going to keep her when they leave from the hospital and keep her ongoing. And she has called me multiple times telling me how grateful she is that I set her up with this family, because they are just perfect for her and it's super close to her, and it's just worked out beautifully. And I think that's what keeps me doing this, is just those great stories. You know, you become a plumber and you fix a toilet, and that's your good story for the day. You know, my good story is I made a family feel safe again. I made a family be able to sleep at night knowing that somebody they trust is there with their mom, with their wife. And that's enough for me. I was responsible for that, and that makes me feel very whole, makes me feel very motivated to keep going.
So back to our next question. So
Right.
I know as an office team, y'all do quarterly little get-togethers to get to know each other better, and get to grow together some. Do you have a favorite office memory with these people that you work with every day?
Oh, that's a really good question too. We recently threw a party back in October that we used that time to celebrate our caregivers, give them a lot of love. We call it Rocktober, is what we called it this last year. And we had the caregivers come, we had their kids come, we had a face painting station. They even got me in these huge hamster balls that are plastic, and you like run into each other and jump off of each other. They even had me doing that with some of the caregivers' kids and stuff like that. It was a really, really good time, and it made me feel so much closer to the caregivers. It made me I finally got to put true faces to names, because I don't get to do orientations very often. So I don't get to meet a lot of these caregivers face to face. I'm just talking to them on the phone. And so finally I was able to meet them in person and get to know them. I was able to meet a couple of different clients. And what was really, really fun for them was that they got to meet Dad. Dad actually came. The owner of the company actually came and talked to the 10 or 15 caregivers that were there for that hour. And those caregivers were still talking about it just a few weeks ago. So it was amazing. It was a really great memory. And we actually have another event coming up since we're on this topic. It is on
26th.
May 26th. We actually do have an event coming up on May 26th. It is a hiring event. We are offering free ice cream to anybody who is coming to apply to be at HomeWell, who is coming to get to know more about the company and trying to come work for us. But we are also offering free ice cream for any of our current caregivers that want to come and just say hi to some newbies and meet the owners, meet all of us again, see our office set up, because we just did a little bit of a renovation here. Well, not renovation, but reorganizing. Yeah, reorganizing. And I'm super excited for that. So we're going to definitely do ice cream, definitely have some music, and then we're going to have some orientation here to get some new caregivers started. And for the old ones, they get to come take pictures and see us and just chat it up, have a good time. We'll have some games. I'm super excited.
So like, what, isn't it about 10 to 2 during the day where
yeah, something like 10 to 2, 10 to 2, May 26th.
Tuesday. It's a Tuesday.
177 East Main Street, Suite 6. It will be out in the parking lot of our building. I will be here. Just look for the tall blonde. There are also 2 other tall blondes with me. So just look for the tall blonde. You'll see one of us.
I won't be here.
He will be here.
No. Back to what we were saying. So, since you talked about, all the team events that y'all have, like, y'all go to escape rooms, do all that sorts of stuff, right? So, do you think that helps the team work better together? And why do you think that the team does work well together?
Well, that's the fun part about our team here is that we're already very close. We do things like we went to the liquor lab and we made some drinks for us. We went and did some escape rooms, I guess. We did a game show setup type of thing, which was a lot of fun. We played Cards Against Humanity one night. We all had to sign HR release forms for my dad, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'd say it definitely makes the team closer. So besides my dad, we only have one guy on the team, Todd. And I think we all just bully Todd left and right, just pick on him all day, every day, like he's our brother. And then Taylor and Maggie, who are on the care team with me, they're the 2 members of the care team besides myself. They're already sisters. They're already super close. They're already sisters. And I actually go up there and spend the night with them and their kids and hang out with them and their friends. So we're really close. And then the marketers, we all go out marketing together, so we're all very close. Sometimes we'll go to Missy's boat and take calls with her, and then the owners, our parents, always have us over at least once a year to party and have a few drinks and celebrate the prior year. So I'd say this office community is closer than a lot of things that I hear about. This is all I've ever known, obviously, but from what I've heard is we're a very, very close team who spends a lot more time together than most people, I would say, especially our marketers who are out on the road all the time. We actually see them a lot more than most people see their marketers.
Obviously moving forward, what are your 5-year goals for the future with HomeWell?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think my eyesight is much more on the next year. Trying to figure out just where we stand. I am trying to figure out my new position because I just became ops manager just a few weeks ago, actually. So still trying to figure out what this position means, but I hope that in the next 5 years I just keep growing. I hope I get to train you one day to be an awesome sales dude, because I think you'd freaking rock at it. Yeah, I think that might be my 5-year goal is to make you, just to build you up into some home care guru like I've become, like Dad's made me, and we can just carry on the tradition. But as far as professional 5-year goal, I want to hit 10 million. Maybe I'm pushing my luck. Maybe I'm going too far. But I want to hit 10 million. That's where I want to be. I want I want to be a $10 million agency where we are helping 300 clients every week, every day, where we have 500 caregivers. I want us to be massive, and I want to be part of that growth.
Okay, so flipping over more to the business side, obviously, in an industry like this, it's been around for a decent long time. I know it's grown some, declined some. What sets HomeWell apart?
I think that mix of family and professionalism is our biggest differentiator. I mean, we have the corporate world in us, right? We have big HomeWell corporate that's watching over us, that is prompting us, that is giving us material and flyers and fun little notepads with names on it and assisting us every step of the way, right? Little fun notebooks here, which is amazing, which gives us a name, which gives us a community, which gives us support, which I love, gives us a standard, gives us programs. Our programs are huge. That's a huge differentiator. Our Go HomeWell program, our Sure Step program, our Life Enrichment Activities program called LEAP. These things are all huge differentiators, but then you come in these doors, 177 East Main Street, Suite 6 in Hendersonville, Tennessee. You come through these doors, where the event will be from 10 to 2 on May 26th.
It's Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. But you walk through these doors and you get a family. You get 10 people who all love helping seniors, who all love working with caregivers, who all want to be here, want to be doing this, and genuinely have a passion for what we do and who we help.
All right, that's all of my questions. Is there anything else?
And so I think that's one of the really big things about HomeWell that I think is a true differentiator and something that can benefit just about any senior in this community. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for listening and watching our first podcast together. This is my director, editor, little brother, and I am Kendall Kares at HomeWell Cares, and this has been Beyond the Care Plan. Thank you.